Hello everyone, welcome to a Cardio Curious workout. I'm Chantelle and today we have a full body Pilates workout here in Chiang Mai in Thailand. We're starting with some core activation down on the floor on hands and knees, hands right under shoulders, knees right under hips. We're going to send out our opposite arm and leg nice and slow, hold for 1 second and slowly come back in, tap the heel of your palm to your knee. Nice and slow, stretching it out and coming back in. The focus here today is to draw our core together, to really wrap our core in and get them fired up. One more, sending out nice and slow. And then we're going to pick up the pace. Coming out and in and out and in. Keep thinking about that core. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1 and hold. We're going to pulse the arm and leg straight up, nice and controlled. We're here for 10 seconds. Draw that core in towards the spine. Suck the lower abs as flat as you can. Last 3, 2, and 1. Hands at the top of the mat, knees out. We're just going to send the hips back for a little deep stretch in child's pose. A little bit of movement here if you'd like it. And coming back up, we're going to do the same on the other side. Nice and slow to start, hold, and slowly in, tapping the heel of the palm to the knee. Coming out. And in, and out, and in, then picking up that pace. Focusing on that core. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 and hold. Pulsing that arm and leg up. Keep squeezing the core in. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Back into that child's pose. Nice deep stretch. Pressing the hands away from you and drawing the tailbone towards the floor to really decompress that spine. Then we're onto our elbows. We're going to do some plank twists, elbows and toes. We're aiming to tap the hip, if possible, all the way down on the floor. If this is too much for you, you can hold this position or you can even hold on the knees if needed. We're here for 10 seconds. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding at the top, we're going into a saw. Rocking from our heels to our toes, keeping our hips low for 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're just going to hold that plank, suck the abs in for 8, 5, 3, 2, and time. Slowly coming into a cobra pose, propping yourself up onto your elbows, stretching out the abs, and then we're coming all the way up to standing for our leg work. Starting in a nice wide stance, we're going to come up with the arms as we send the hips down. Here is to target through the inner thigh, thinking about drawing the legs together as you stand up. Focusing on that core, hopefully it's nice and awake. 10 more seconds here. Awesome work, guys. 3, 2, and 1. Then we're adding a pulse at the bottom. Coming up a little faster. Pulse and up. Pulse and up. Great work, guys. 10 more seconds. Squeezing those glutes together. Last 2. And 1 and hold. Hold here, 10 seconds. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Standing up, we're going to walk the feet in a little more narrow, and we're sending the arms all the way up to the sky. Awesome work, guys. Sending the tailbone backwards. Nice long line, 10 seconds. Awesome work. And holding down the bottom here, we're going from one calf to the other. 10 seconds. Last 5. And hold. Great work, guys. 10 seconds. 5, 3, woo! And time, shaking it out a bit, great work. Our next one is a squat to side kick. Bit of water if you need it. Coming down with the arms. As we come up, we're going to keep our arms in front and we're kicking one leg to the side. Try and think about using your glute muscles here to do so. 10 seconds. If you'd like, you can follow the movement with your head. Nice movement for the neck. Last 5. Woo. And time, similar movement. We're squatting back and stepping up. Nice lunge position. Both hips are facing forwards. As we come up, we're going to squeeze that upper glute. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This next one is a challenge for balance, so if you need a chair, you can grab one. We're coming down with the hip and up again. Down and up. We should feel this in our hamstring and our glute of our planted leg. 10 seconds. Nice long spine from the crown of your head all the way down to your foot. Last 3, 2, and 1. Perfect, same on the other side. Starting with that step back to kick. Doing great, guys. If you're not already, I really suggest doing this workout in bare feet. It's easier for balance. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we've got that balance work. Nice and tall. Coming down with the hips and up. Slowing it down. Engaging our core. Wrapping them together. Pulling the core in. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Our last leg exercise, nice wide stance. We're coming up and our hands are going to follow the angle of your knee. So toes are slightly turned out. As we sink into one leg, you're going to extend the arms at the same direction of your toes. This one feels so nice on the hips. 10 more seconds. Awesome work, guys. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Coming down to the floor now, we're starting on our hands and our toes. We're going to control all the way down to the floor, as slow as you can, and back up through the knees. If this is quite hard, at the last second, you can drop your knees down to help control. Just trying to make sure that when you come down, it's the chest touching first and not our hips. We have 10 more seconds here. Using that core to help out. Woo. 5 seconds. Last rep. Awesome. Then we're staying on the knees. You can either have your feet tucked up like so or straight up, whatever is comfortable for you. I'm going to walk my hands slightly further in to target those triceps, keeping the elbows tucked as we bend and straighten those arms. 10 seconds. Whew. As low as you can. Remember that straight line that we've just practiced. If you were coming all the way down, it would be chest to touch the ground first. Last 2 and 1. Awesome work, guys. Setting it back into child's pose. Taking a breath here. Walking the hands to one side and to the other. I'm afraid we're not quite done with our press-ups. This next one, hands are right underneath the shoulders, knees are right under the hips. We're straightening one leg out and we're going to do the same, just for 5 each side. Pilates push-up. Last 2 and 1. Awesome, same on the other side. The whole body moves down at a bit of an angle here. Last 2 and 1. Wonderful, coming to the side, knees are bent, elbow is right underneath the shoulder. As we come up with our hips, we're going to open up that top leg into a clamshell. This targets both our oblique here and our glute at the top here. 10 more seconds. Awesome work, guys. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're holding at the top and we're just moving that top leg in that clam. 4, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and hold. Extending that arm straight up. We're going to thread it underneath and up again for 4. Squeeze those glutes. Can we lift a little bit higher with that oblique? And 1, hold this position at the top, straighten that top leg if you can. We're going to lift that leg straight up for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, doing great, guys. Last 3, 2, and 1, hold at the top, straighten that top arm if you can, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and coming on down. Great work, guys. Sitting up nice and tall, we'll stretch it out along that side that we've just worked. And we'll do a quick glute stretch from here, swooping that leg back and sinking the hips nice and low. Awesome. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Starting with that bent position with your legs. Knees are in front of the body, elbow right under that hip. We're coming up and down. whole body moving as one. For 8. Awesome. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top and just moving that leg. For 9. Awesome. Nice long crown of the head. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping lifted here, bringing the arms straight up. We're going to thread it underneath. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straightening that top leg, keeping the arm up. We're coming up with that leg. Straight position. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that arm, extend that arm all the way up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work, guys. Let's stretch that side out. Nice long stretch. Woo. Awesome. And sweeping that other leg back for that glute. Great work, guys. Now next one, we're on our hands and toes again. We're going to send our hips up nice and high and through again. Up and through. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Holding at the top, pedaling out those feet. Awesome. Then the next one, starting from nice and long, we're using our leg all the way up and through, knee to nose. Up and through. For 3. For 2. And for 1. For the next one, drawing the leg across to the opposite side elbow, sliding down to the wrist, back up and back. Knee to opposite elbow, down to the wrist, up and back. Squeeze your core. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Coming on down to the knees, giving the wrists a little roll. Try to engage all the muscles in your fingers to help to take pressure out of your wrists there. You can always roll up a little towel and prop it in the middle of your palm to help with wrist pain. All right, to the other leg, sending that leg up and through, up and through. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next one, opposite side, wrist to elbow, elbow, wrist, elbow. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Sitting back into that child's pose. Nice deep breaths here. You can relax your forehead all the way on the mat. Really breathing all the way down into that diaphragm, allowing your rib cage to expand. Then we're coming all the way onto our back for some core work. We're starting on the elbows, both legs out long, lifting one knee at a time towards our nose. We're going to try and squeeze our core as we do this. We're starting nice and light for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Then lifting the other leg off the floor, we're going to swap a little faster. We're here for 20 seconds. Think about your core. Doesn't matter how straight your leg is. If you are tighter in your hamstrings, just focus on what your abs are doing. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to tuck the knees to the nose and out again. Knees to nose and out. Really squeeze the core as you draw your legs in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to bring the your hands to your knee and swap one leg at a time, nice and fast, to make sure that there's no neck pain, as quickly as possible from one to the other, and then you pull on your knee to help relieve that neck. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down to the floor with your head, bringing the knees to the nose in a reverse crunch. For 10, 9, squeeze your abs. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both legs straight up, dropping one at a time, starting easy. Really press your lower back down into the floor. Suck the abs in as flat as possible. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then with both, as low as you can while the back stays flat on the floor. Make sure there's no arch coming up. We've got 10. 8. Really squeezing those abs down into our stomach. Pulling them as flat as possible. For 5. Use that core to lift the legs back up. Keep your legs themselves as relaxed as possible. Last 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work, guys. Keeping the legs up, we're going to draw a circle. Keep pressing your abs down flat into the floor. For 5, for 4, legs nice and relaxed. 3, 2, and reverse that circle. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then arms are reaching up. We're going to come up. We're going to pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1, and reach it back. Coming up, pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1, and reach it back. 3 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And picking up that pace. Coming up and down. Up and down. For 8. 7. Squeeze your core into a ball. Try and draw your rib cage down into your hip bones. Final 3, 2, and 1. And relaxing, using your hands behind your head now. We're coming up to bring our opposite elbow and our opposite knee together. 4, 5, 4, staying on that same hand and leg. Last 2, and 1, same on the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to swap, lift that other leg up, swap, swap. At the same time, your other leg is going to extend straight out. We're into our bicycles. 20 seconds here. Swap, swap. Let's pick up that pace for the final 10. Swap, swap, swap. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Relaxing the head down, sending the legs out long. Arms behind, a couple of deep breaths here. I've got one last exercise to go. We're bringing our opposite side hand towards our opposite side shin. Staying on that same side. 4, 3, 4, 2, and 1, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Same on the other side for 5, for 4, 3, squeeze that core, 2, and 1, and hold for 5, for 3, for 2, and 1, and relax all the way down. Nice deep breaths here, breathing into the rib cage. We're going to draw our knees to our chest, just gently rock backwards and forwards along that spine for a little stretch. Awesome work, guys. Rolling it up, stretching our back by coming forwards. Great stuff, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the workout, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.